Good morning. I thought she was coming in. Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So we're going through my week of workouts. So I've talked about workout splits in this video up here, and that was made quite a while ago. And then if you saw another video where I talked about what my workout plan was for the first 3 months of the year, things have kind of shifted a bit. And the reason why I wanted to take you through my week of workouts isn't so that you can go, oh wow, that's what I should be doing. Instead, it's to explain why I'm making the decisions for myself. So again, if you watched that very dramatic 90-day journey video, you would know that for the past few months, I have been taking mostly just group fitness classes at a studio in my neighborhood. I got to the end of 2021 and I wasn't doing my own workouts at home, or if I actually was, I was like half-assing them, and I just needed a change, which is okay, because here's the thing at the end of the day, a workout that you do that might not be like the most specifically tailored thing for your goals, if you do that at 100% versus either doing a workout that is tailored to you, half-assed, or just not doing it, this is the better option, right? Because I did get a lot of comments like, are you just focusing on random goals? How will you achieve your goals? I'm like, my goal is just to move my body consistently, because I haven't been. It's like, start there, baseline. So it's now like mid-May. I've been going to that studio between 2 and 4 times a week since January. If I'm being totally honest, it was one of the best decisions that I made for myself because it got me excited to start working out again. But I also feel like now I'm ready to start working out again on my own. I have taken the action to get back into the habit, Sister Act 2 style, and now I do feel really excited to take a lot of my workouts back here. So what I'm testing out for the next month is 2 to 3 workouts here in this apartment per week, 1 workout at the group fitness studio. We're gonna talk about the class that I'm really enjoying there in another day or 2, and then 1 cardio day, which is today. And my cardio day has and always will be when I'm teaching dance cardio, because I have to do 100% of the workout and it's brutal. So today is our cardio day. Now that workout isn't gonna happen for a number of hours. It's 11:30 in the morning. It's not happening until 5:30 p.m. Throughout the rest of the day today, I've had 2 personal training clients. I have 1 more right before I teach. I could very easily sit right here the entirety of the day. I'm gonna try and get my NEAT, or my non-exercise activity thermogenesis, up, meaning I'm gonna try and rack up some steps. I really like to do this toward the beginning of the week to give myself that buffer toward the end of the week, just in case I don't hit my 10K on average a day, which I am still aiming for. So I'm gonna take you along as we rack up some steps, get that NEAT going. Let's do it. Okay, we're back. So I did a little bit of admin work. I put on my face. It's about 1 o'clock. I want to show you guys something, but we're gonna go for a walk now because I actually forgot I have groceries coming between 2 and 4. So I need to make sure I'm here. So before we go, I want to show you, we got a little rebrand going on. By the time you see this video, this will all have already happened on my website too, but I did hire someone to make me a logo and just some overall branding. So I have a whole color palette. I love these sub marks. So I ended up putting one of these in the little bottom part of my YouTube video. You can see it in the bottom right-hand corner. And then this guy for my membership, I am so obsessed. It's giving country club, Ivy League school vibes. I'm very excited about it. So I'm gonna leave Maya's info down below in case you are looking to hire a graphic designer. She also does website design. But yeah, I just got that back today. So I was playing around and starting to get things in place. So we're gonna go for a walk. Let's go.
Picnic with my best friends. We start to plan what we will do. Now life's back in color.
Whew, okay. I actually know this playlist pretty well. We're doing Leading Ladies Broadway Dance Cardio. So I'll show you the playlist. We got a little 6, Hamilton. What is this? Not 42nd Street. Literally the name of the song. Anything Goes, Chicago, Wicked, Cabaret, Joseph, Chorus Line, Legally Blonde. Lots of fun stuff in here. So it's a 35-minute class. So that's gonna end up being 35 minutes of pretty much straight through like zone 3, I would say, dance cardio or cardio. It's usually up around like the 135 to 150 range. So it's heightened more than like the walk I just went on, but I also don't feel like I'm gonna barf by the end of class. Speaking of that walk, I'm at about 60, what is that, like 64, 6,300 steps. Camera angle's great, which is perfect because my class usually gets me like 3,000 more steps. So by the end of the day, I'll hit my 10K, which is perfect. So I'm not actually filming my class tonight because I've already done this program before, so it's already filmed, but I'll insert, I guess, from the last time I did it. So you'll get to see at least like what the class looks like, even though it's not real time Justina doing it. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about why cardio is so important to include in your weekly training schedule. Let's talk a little bit more about the importance of cardio. No matter what your goals are, cardio should be a pillar of your fitness routine because it is vital to your heart health. Now, just like any other muscle in your body, if you don't train it, you're gonna lose strength in it. Cardio can also be a great tool for other aspects of your athletic performance goals, but it is absolutely important for everybody, no matter what those goals are. Now, I can't prescribe how much you should be doing because I don't know you and I don't know your goals, but what I can recommend is that you find forms of cardio that you enjoy. It can get monotonous, and that's a huge turnoff for people sometimes, and I am absolutely one of those people all the time. So that's why my preferred cardio is either brisk walks or dance cardio. Dance cardio helps distract my brain so I'm not thinking about how much I want to die the entire time I'm doing it. So find something that works for you and start to implement it into your routine if you haven't already. I promise it will not kill your strength gains, no matter how many people tell you that it will on TikTok, but it will help protect the longevity and function of your heart, which in my opinion is far more important than any aesthetic goals.
Bills getting paid when I hop up on that plane, making meals to the grave, smoke blowing at the face, levitating from the grape, and that's all I really need. Used to say I hate it, now it's all I fucking breathe. Blowing steam.
I actually filmed this as an on-demand workout about 4 months ago, but taught it in class live today. So you're seeing some old Justina footage here. This month in my live classes, we're focusing on endurance training, and depending on the program, it could mean either cardiovascular endurance or muscular endurance, or maybe a bit of both. Today's workout was a 30-minute full-body AMRAP workout that pushed your heart rate and your strength. We worked in 3 circuits with 10 reps of 3 different exercises, and your goal was to get in as many rounds as possible, aka AMRAP. Now, this style of workout is one of my favorites because it also pushes you mentally. I always say that it's like you versus you on the mat, since everyone is kind of going at their own pace. This workout, and literally any other that I've ever taught, is available on my website if you want to try it out, but I also have an upper body AMRAP here on YouTube in case you want to test out the style for yourself. Good morning, happy Tuesday. So I just finished teaching my class, which was very sweaty and exhausting. Here's the program up here if you ever want to try it. But I always say that that doesn't count as my workout. And the reason that I say that is because I'm not using like the heaviest weights that I could do. I'm not doing the entire workout with them. I am demoing, coaching, giving modifications, corrections, progressions, regressions. So it's not, the workout isn't for me. Yes, I'm moving around, but I don't count that as like my training. So today we're doing some of my training, which is going to a group fitness class. So the group fitness class that I've been taking is called Athletic Aesthetics, but essentially it is the owner of the gym studio that I've been going to, and he's certified in a method called functional patterns. I am not an expert in it by any means, but from all of the classes that I've taken with him and my understanding of it, it's like addressing how your body moves, like addressing the system as a whole rather than coaching like for aesthetic purposes. Sounds very similar to how I train. The class focuses a lot on strengthening the posterior chain. I've actually gone to the class a few times where I was the only one who signed up, so I got like literally a personal training session. And through looking at the way that I walk and my gait and what side I favor and all of these different things, we've come to the conclusion that my glutes are weak, which we do. So I'm very quad dominant. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I have a little bit of knock knees. So my femur naturally just likes to be a little internally rotated. So something that will really help me is strengthening my glute med, working on my adductor or inner thigh strength, and really just paying attention to like, how am I standing? Here, I'll show you guys. Okay, I feel like this is easier to see, but you're not gonna see my head. Okay, so when I naturally stand, let's look at it from the side. Me naturally standing is in hyperextension. So this is putting a lot of pressure on my knees, which is probably why I've been having knee pain. Okay, from the front, my natural stance, you can actually see, it's not that my knees are touching, but you can actually see that I have a little internal rotation where if I just think about it and I think of not hyperextending and then externally rotating from the hip up here, now my knees are facing the front. Now I'm actually using the muscles on the sides of my legs rather than here versus here. So that might not seem like a huge difference, but you know, if you think about how the body should ideally be stacked, and if you have these little tiny compensations for a long time, they're gonna end up causing you pain. For me, it comes in the form of knee pain, low back pain, I get like snapping dancer's hip. So I decided to continue going to the studio because this class has really been helping me. And it's really fun because Danny, the owner and the coach, he knows that I'm a coach, so he like explains why we're doing everything the entire time. So he's like, it's educational too, which I very much appreciate. So that's not till noon. It's about 8:45. I have to film a lot of content. I'm gonna take about the next 2 hours and film some stuff. So I will see you again for class. Hello, just got back from my workout. I didn't film during it because I'm not the only person in the class and I just feel like, I don't know, it feels very weird to me. I also like want to focus on the workout while I'm in it and not worry about filming it, so there's that. So instead, we're gonna talk through it and I'm gonna pop up like a little demo over here of all the stuff we did. So I think it'll be interesting for you guys to hear just the rationale behind the different exercises selected. I also cut my hand on a dumbbell. We were doing like dumbbell swings and I think my hand was trying to form a new callus and it was just like, psych, here's a giant hole in your hand. So that's fun. Okay, so we started the workout on the mat and Danny had us put an ankle weight on whatever leg is weaker. So for me, my right glute and hamstring are much weaker than the left, so I put the ankle weight on my right side. Then he gave us a giant freaking medicine ball and we had to hug it, and that was just to keep like our pecs and our core engaged the entire time. From there, you have to kick back your top leg and then twist over yourself. And that kick is meant to activate the hamstring. And then obviously you're using your core to bring yourself around. I was not very good at these. It took me a few times to actually kind of get the flow. And then I still just kind of felt like I was flailing around, but it's fine. We're not always gonna be perfect. Then we did a modified forearm plank. So we typically always do these on the knees. I've actually been coaching them a lot more like this in my classes because if you just get yourself in really good alignment, you can actually get a lot more specific core engagement and then advance by lifting the knees up. So some things to think about here: instead of arching the back, you want to posteriorly tilt the pelvis. So you're actually activating your core, making sure that the arms are parallel to open up that T-spine and really working through T-spine extension by pressing the floor away. And then the last little piece, you want to think about pinching the floor between your knees and your forearms, and it's going to give you so much more core engagement. So the ones we did today, Danny actually had us keep the ankle weight on, and then we had to externally rotate the leg that was weaker, so lifting it up to the side, and that's just gonna create a lot more glute engagement as well. So the whole purpose of these workouts is to engage as many things at once as possible. So even if we're doing a plank, that's a core exercise, can we also get the lats involved? Can we also get the glutes involved? So there's just a lot more to think about with the movement patterns that we work on in class than are we working this one muscle. Then for our circuit, we did actually use the cable machines today, so you're gonna have to pretend like I have a cable machine here because I don't. But we started with like this long pole thing, and we worked on this really interesting like hinge and row, but then press, and then you row with the other side. And he had us do this on our non-dominant side to kind of bring us back into alignment. So for me, I'm actually pretty even side to side with pulling and pushing, but we did decide to focus on the side where my glute is weaker. So we use my left arm to row because then my right glute was gonna have to stabilize me a lot more than the left. Then we went into this row with an overhead press at the same time. Something that we talk about a lot in class is the difference between shoulder depression and shoulder retraction. I definitely do this, but I've kind of married the two together. Whereas if we're always constantly depressing the shoulders down, 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 we're actually kind of crunching this thoracic space in our torso. So we're gonna have less room for the lats to move, less room to rotate, and then we're just kind of putting pressure and pressure and pressure down on the spine. So something that I work on a lot in class is making sure that I can keep that T-spine extension without simultaneously depressing the shoulders. So I work on elevation and extension at the same time, which is really, really, really hard for me. I also just feel like it's the opposite of everything I've been taught, because in dancing, everything is like upright. And then the last thing we did, which is where I busted my hand, dumbbell swings into a jump. So instead of a normal dumbbell swing where it's like back and front even, you want to delay the hips coming back up because that's going to recruit more of the hamstring rather than only the glutes. You're also going to feel a lot more lat involved with it. So again, it's like, can we recruit as many muscles as possible in one movement? And that was it. So we did that circuit. One was like a practice, and then we did it 3 more times through. The other thing that is stressed is like, do less. Do less, but do it better so you don't have to do more. Did that make any sense? That's pretty much all of my movement for the day. I do have, in case you're new around here, I do work for a children's theater program as well, and I do have to go up there tonight to their rehearsal space. So I have a little bit of walking left, but as far as like actual exercise, we done. So I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. Hopping on for a hot second to talk about the day. It's about 7:30. I was supposed to have a client at 7 a.m. come here. She did oversleep, so she's never done that before, and I was like, don't worry about it. And I just like gave her credit back. So I'm just restructuring my day a little bit. I'm gonna try and get this video edited before 11 because I am teaching a corporate dance cardio class. So it's basically just a company that hired me to teach a dance cardio class. So we're doing that. We're getting a little bit more cardio in for the day because like I said on Monday, I have to do the whole thing. I actually forgot I was doing this today. And then immediately after, I'm teaching my bar class, which I do also do the whole thing with them. And then I'm gonna get my workout in. So today is one of the first days in a very long time that I'm doing my own strength training program from home. We'll talk more about like what I've programmed for myself and what my current goals are with that. Nothing exciting, so don't get your hopes up. But I do think that this is gonna be a good example of like every goal doesn't need to be this huge, lofty, exciting thing. My goal for the first 5 months of the year was just to actually do my workouts, like just be consistent, which I've accomplished. So now we're gonna fine tune a little bit more, but not that much. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to edit, and I will see you back for some dance cardio, some bar, and some strength training. See you later. Today's bar class was Kesha themed, which is honestly one of my favorite playlists to make because all of her songs are bangers. Nothing will get you in a good mood quite like Kesha will. Anyway, in terms of the program, we focused on a lot of stability and muscular endurance. So single leg exercises and then staying in movements for a longer period of time with a few different angle or tempo changes. One of my favorite things about bar is the creativity factor. Is every exercise going to be like the absolute most efficient selection? No. But remember that enjoyment is such a huge factor in your workout split, in my opinion. And if you like to include some variety and some fun music into your workouts, I think that's absolutely fine, kind of sprinkled into your workout split.
If a motherfucker test me, I'ma make his neck bleed. All this weight be hefty. I say for my besties, always right, no lefty. Oh, don't stress me, double OT. I need more sleep, so don't test me. I don't want things to get messy. Yeah, drop down and leave your ass empty. Yeah, like I just wanna hit hit you with that smite. I'm inside the jungle, I said, little baby, I be buzzing, you want bumble, she want fuck, don't be coming at me. Skinny boy, you need beef, I wanna drop that to school, nobody be testing me, this not no—
High up there, like you're very high up. Okay, I just finished, hold on, I'm doing 1,000 things right now. So I just finished that workout, felt really good. Definitely like, I think that was a good starting volume, not only for like first day back working out at home in months, but also the fact that I did so much other movement today because I was already feeling definitely fatigued at the beginning. Some notes for myself for next week. I need to do a little bit more lower body. I love that explosive movement in the beginning. I think I need to either increase the weight on the deadlifts or superset it with something I know is gonna get my glutes fired. I really wasn't feeling my right glute turn on, which is actually just an issue that I have. So if I can superset it with an exercise that I know turns my glute and hamstring on really quickly, I think that will be helpful. So I'll probably keep the weight the same, but superset it with something that is gonna get my butt actually doing something. The pressing felt good. I'm gonna bring that up to 12 reps next week. I was doing 10 with a 20-pound weight before I bring it up to 25. I'm trying to keep it like a strict press and not power because I'm really trying to isolate that upper body strength. And then the rows and the bicycles, that was a nice way to finish it. Yeah, those are my notes for myself. But essentially with these two programs that I'm writing myself for the week, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting in, I'm like checking specific movement patterns off the list, right? Right now we are eliminating anything knee dominant simply because my knees have really been in a lot of pain for like over the last month. They're finally getting better because I've been eliminating squats. And really that's just because my quads are really taking over for my glutes. So I'm just eliminating that for now. Obviously I'm gonna see them when I'm like teaching classes. I'm not gonna eliminate squats for my classes, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm really not pushing my range of motion, using really light weight so that I don't like continue to feed the imbalance. But in my own training, no squatting right now. I'm obviously nixing knee dominant, but I wanna make sure that I'm getting a hip dominant. I wanna make sure that I'm getting upper body pull and push in there. I wanna make sure that I'm getting some kind of rotation. I wanna make sure I'm getting in a plane of motion side to side, so that frontal plane. And then within my push and pull, we wanna make sure that I'm getting both horizontal and vertical pushing and pulling. So for example, today, vertical push, but on Friday, we're gonna do a horizontal push, a push-up. Today, TRX row, that's gonna be more horizontal. On Friday, we're doing chin-ups. Fingers crossed, I haven't done a chin-up in a while. So you can kind of see like where my brain is at. It feels good. I think the number one thing to remember when you're writing your own programs is like, start with less and you can always add on more. You don't wanna bite off more that you can chew and then be like completely overwhelmed. I think that was a really good starting place for me today. Movement for the rest of the day. Kevin and I are gonna go for a little walk. So maybe I'll take you on a little stroll with us, but otherwise I will see you all Thursday. Good morning, happy Thursday. It is actually already about 11:15. I went into Manhattan to train my Thursday morning client and then I came home. So I've already racked up about 6,000 steps, which is great. As far as the rest of the day, it's very chill. I'm about to like focus in and edit a YouTube video. Then I was gonna see, let me put you down. I was gonna see how I felt today soreness wise, if I wanted to try and get in that I was gonna see soreness-wise, like how I was feeling today, if I wanted to try and get in another strength workout. I will say my upper body is very sore. My lower body is not sore even a little bit. And based off of how I was feeling yesterday, I was like, I didn't really do enough for my lower body. So we're actually gonna do one of my workouts from the Fit Club. We're gonna do my 45-minute knee strength workout because I know what that program is and it's just like a lot of glute and hamstring, which is exactly what I need. So we're gonna do that once I'm done editing this, and then I am taking a dance class tonight after my stretch class that I teach. Still a solid chunk of movement today, which will be fun. And this Thursday usually comes down to like how I'm feeling as far as if I want to get in a workout. This typically does end up being an active recovery day if I am sore. But today I'm feeling good and I feel like I do want to get these hammies fired. So we're gonna focus on get this editing done, and I will see you guys in a few hours. Now, I wrote this program and filmed this workout so long ago that I actually thought it was a completely different workout when I chose to do this, but it still holds up. I wanted to torch my hamstrings, and I definitely achieved that goal. There wasn't anything crazy or out of the ordinary. It was just 3 supersets done with very minimal rest and only a loop band and a box. Now, I ended up using weight with most exercises, but the program form totally works without it as well. And there were some single leg box squats involved, which I actually omitted since I'm just avoiding knee dominant exercises at the moment. But I subbed in some kettlebell swings instead, and it just got the job done. Overall, I really enjoyed this one, even though it felt bizarre and a little meta to be working out with myself.
Into heaven's gates, a lyrical murderer leaving behind a bad mess. Never want to take a life.
My stretch class tonight was a Backstreet Boys playlist. Before you go any further in this video, please let me know down in the comments if you're Team BSB or Team NSYNC. There is a right answer, and you can only choose one. Anyway, we did a really simple no equipment program that focused a lot on hip and spinal mobility. So instead of just laying in static stretches, I tried to take us through some active ranges of motion or even just active poses to build some strength through the joints. This is one of my favorite classes to teach simply because it's a nice refocus before pushing through the last day of your work week. I always try to have the class set a specific intention based on what they need to get out of their work on the mat. Because remember, your recovery is just as important as your workout.
This way, I don't have to wash away the pain with liquid courage, liquid courage. I lick the scourge, I lick the scourge. Now I'm starting to think it doesn't have to be this way. I don't have to wash away the pain with liquid courage, liquid courage.
This is actually my OG class style choreography. I know, I hate the name too. I actually taught a beta class of this in person in like very early 2020, pre-COVID. And then when COVID hit, I wanted to teach it virtually. And I just kind of had to come up with a name on the spot to get across what the class actually was. So it's a full body core class set to the music. We have 2 work sets comprised of 5 exercises, which we do twice through. So the first time is for time, and the second time is for ography, meaning we string all 5 exercises together to the beat of the music, like choreography. I know, it's very cheesy, but it's also very clear. So today's class was a Gwen Stefani themed class, and we started with a plank heavy work set, followed by a standing work set. First was more strength endurance, and the second was more cardio endurance. I believe I have a Kesha choreography uploaded on YouTube, so definitely check that out if you're someone who enjoys moving to the beat of the music.
Liquid courage, I lick the scourge, lick the scourge.
Good morning. Well, now afternoon. It's been a few hours since you saw my sweaty face. It's been a busy morning just trying to get all of my admin stuff done because I had to take Zoe to the vet. I'm picking her up at 3:30, and she does get some like sedatives when she goes to the vet because she gets her blood work done every year and all this other stuff. So when she comes home, she's very loopy and she likes to jump up on things. Here, I'll show you. She likes to jump up on something and then go under her hind legs, but then she's stoned, so she's like, whoa. So I will be chasing around my cat like she's a toddler for the entire night. I am just finishing up my Fit Club Friday calls. I have one more at 1:40. So then at 2 o'clock, we are gonna bang out my program. We'll do the same thing that we did the other day where we test it out, see how it feels, and then make some adjustments for next week. So we're gonna get set up for all of that.
From a movie scene to made up people in my dreams. The last time, if I recall, was a feeling of being alone. I I don't know if where I'm going isn't far, but in case I go, no.
Okay, just finished that workout. Shedding everywhere. That one felt really good. So in terms of this workout, I wouldn't really change too much for next week. You saw I had to drop down to 12 pounds for that kettlebell flow. So I'm gonna continue at the same rep range and really just try and get through 15. Really, it's actually my wrists that start to give out, but good to improve my wrist strength. Definitely can't do 3 chin-ups. So I think for next week, we're gonna do 1 plus 2 eccentric ones. So that'll be a good addition. So for the hip thrusts, I'll probably keep it at 20 reps again next week. I think I talked about this in the voiceover, but I'm going higher rep because it's just not super comfortable for me to put a ton of weight on my hips in like the form of a dumbbell. And hypertrophy has actually been shown to occur at higher rep ranges as well. So that is looking good. Push-ups, I'm gonna keep it exactly where it is. My goal is to be able to get through 4 sets of 10 without breaks. So I did that for the first 1 or maybe 2. I think just the first one. So we're gonna try to build back that strength up. And then the front carry, I might cut that next week. It was like fine, I guess, but I think that supersetting it with the push-up took away a lot of my strength for the push-up, and that's my main goal. So I think I'm gonna cut that for next week and just do the push-up by itself. And that's pretty much it. So as far as the rest of today, it's about 3 o'clock. I am pretty much done work because I have to go pick up Miss Zoe from the vet. I will be sure to put in some clips of her with her summer cut. Hopefully this was just helpful for you to see like the overall thought process. By no means do I think that you need to be training the exact same way as me. You could if you wanted, but you don't need to. I think that it's more important to understand what you're training for and how you can get to it. So I have a number of videos that can explain that for you, but if you have any specific questions about goals that you're working toward, definitely leave them down below, and definitely make sure that you're following me on Instagram, because I do a series every single Friday called Functional Friday, where I break down 3 specific actions you can take to help you reach a certain goal. So there's that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and I will see you all in the next one. This way. Ooh, you looking good, girl. Ooh. Oh. She's wasted.